They're off, breaking out over 1.5 miles with double march. Red and white colours pretty slow in getting away, and Amusement in the dark blue wasn't any too swift either. Got 1.5 miles to catch up in the British EBF 40th anniversary Chalice Stakes, and it's Perfect Profit with the orange cap, who's the first to show to any advantage. To Climate Friendly in a yellow jacket and Madam Ambassador close to the running row. Sunset Point in the royal blue racing a close fourth at the end of a couple of furlongs. Amusement from a sluggish start, recovering well. Dark blue sulks to race in midfield, accompanied there by Understated, who's a little wider. Then back to Spring Fever, the red cap, racing on the far side of Sweet Memories, who's in a pink striped jacket. Wiki Wheels with the yellow sleeves, meanwhile disputing last place with the slowest of all the starters, Double March. Heading towards the end of the first third of the race, then turning in with the Bunbury Mile stretching before them. And the free-sweating Madam Ambassador has moved through to dispute it with Perfect Profit. Where do they want to race? Well, at this stage, they're drifting away from the near rail out into the centre of the July course, with Madam Ambassador on the left and Perfect Profit going right over to the far rail, and now all of them wanting to cluster against the far rail as they move towards halfway. Madam Ambassador, Perfect Profit, Sunset Point in the raw blue up between them. The white face Climate Friendly still handy. Amusement on the left of the group, working across to Understated and Spring Fever with the red cap. Then Sweet Memories, the pink cap, just ahead of Wiki Wheels, and Double March in the red and white continues to look on as Madam Ambassador gets across the rails and just very gently tightened up Perfect Profit, who had to be checked back off the leader's quarters and loses a couple of lengths of a consequence. So passing the four, Madam Ambassador, now pressure by the white-faced Climate Friendly. Understated, the checks on the sleeves are black and white, working further to the left to Amusement. Spring Fever with a red cap looking for a way through. A Sweet Memories on the extreme left begins to make headway under Hollie Doyle. Buick in behind a wall of horses at this stage, and the raw blue on Sunset Point just now finding a bit of daylight. Gets through against the fence as Madam Ambassador folds away. Sweet Memories, though, has moved through as they ascend for the last furlong and a half from Climate Friendly, Sunset Point. Then Amusement and Spring Fever. Sweet Memories just beginning to lean left, but in front by over a length and a half. Sunset Point is chasing and beginning to get a bit closer. Shadows the poster looming. Sunset Point trying to close down Sweet Memories, but a sweet 15 minutes for the Gosdens as Sweet Memories sees off Sunset Point, Climate Friendly. Spring Fever disputing fourth with Amusement. They go right back to the likes of Perfect Profit and Double March.
Hollie, a big girl, still not the finished article, but that's very promising, very, very promising. She was able to do that today.
Yeah, very promising on only her third start, I think. So you can see physically she's not the finished article, and she's a big girl, and she's stoutly bred. You know, she's half sister to a Group 1 winner, so I think she'll be very smart next year.
Talk me through the run, exactly where you were in the early part. Were you happy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think I would have liked to have been a bit handier, but to be honest, on this track and this ground, there's a really strong headwind, and I felt like she's quite green and she's got a really long stride, and she was hitting the undulations hard, so it worked out well that I was able to kind of educate her early on, and then get her in the rhythm I needed to for the final 2 furlongs.
Watching back her replay of last time, she looked all stamina that day. It's almost surprising she was able to win over a 10 furlong trip, given the way that she took you past the line and onto the pull-up.
Yeah, exactly. She hit the line hard. Like I say, it's not easy to do in this ground, and she came off the pace also. And yeah, she won over 10 furlongs last time and made quite hard work of it. But I think her talent prevailed in the end that day. What
does she feel ground-wise to you? Was this her absolute ideal?
I don't think it's her ideal ground. I just think she handled it. I don't think any horses really love this. I think she lapped on good ground perfectly well.
Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.